we gather together and bask in our Black excellence, we do so with a spirit of advocacy and an overwhelming sense of joy. As I crafted this speech, it was not lost on me that there is a noisy minority against gatherings like these, labeling them as divisive. This opposition is likely the same people who replace rallying cries for love like Black Lives Matter with platitudes, and they ask, can't we all just find some common ground? On the surface, this statement encourages us to seek unity, but beneath lies a subtle pressure to find compromise. But the problem with compromise is that you end up with something that no one thought could work. And how can we even begin to talk about finding compromise and common ground in a world where our voices aren't always found? From the classrooms of academia to the boardrooms of our profession, we as Black folk carry a constant awareness of our appearance. We navigate the complexities of our identities, constantly measuring ourselves against societal standards that often look upon us with contempt and pity. Like many of you, my journey to Harvard was filled with challenges. I faced the clash of cultures, the pressure to assimilate, and the ongoing struggle to reconcile my identity. As a young girl, I had a best friend who was as different as me as could be, white as the snow blanketing our tiny town with hair as blonde as sunshine. One day, we sat in deep conversation to determine why I looked so different. I deeply reflected on my habits, and at that moment, I stated, well, it's because I drink chocolate milk, of course. And he nodded with understanding because he did, in fact, drink white milk every morning, and I opted for cocoa. To us, it seemed as simple as that. I carried that innocence with me, believing that skin color was as inconsequential as a choice of beverage. Only later in high school did I become acutely aware of being the only Black person of color in the room, only person of color in general, in the room. My double consciousness was undeniable: African roots, American soil, two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings, all within one dark body. Growing up in the sole Black family in a small Canadian town, I grappled with insecurity, struggling to define my identity, but with time, I embraced nonconformity, finding solace in design, and eventually pursuing a Master of Architecture degree at Harvard University. From the embrace of the snowy suburbs to the crimson gates, I found my place. From burning midnight oil to finish a paper to the unavoidable stress of applying to internships, my community and my confidence held me steady. I found strength and resilience, drawing inspiration from my immigrant family. My Blackness became not a burden, but a lens through which I viewed the world, a beautiful lens that brewed empathy, intelligence, warmth, and individuality. As we enter the professional world, we will encounter spaces that were designed to oppress us. But let us not be defined by this reality. Instead, let us recognize that our joy and our success are acts of protest. Advocacy and compassion go hand in hand, and we must hold others accountable while believing in their capacity to transform. Let us continue to find common ground in our shared commitment to justice, equity, and liberation. Because diversity is not just a buzzword to cheer, it's the heartbeat of progress, and it's why we're all here. So let's rebel against the notion, loud and clear, that Black people are seeking handouts, because that is so insincere. We are proof that the Black diaspora is forging paths, breaking barriers, and that our cries for equity and opportunity are for the betterment of all. So let me be clear today. The honor, I assure you, is Harvard's, my dears. So here's to the journey, the trials we face, to finding common ground in this sacred space. For in our unity and our strength, we thrive. Let us not be confined by narrow minds or prejudiced notions. Our stories are vast and our journeys unique, and with each step we take, excellence is what we seek. So as Mama Angelou prophesied, still we rise. As we venture into our careers with freshly minted degrees, let us embrace our Blackness unapologetically, for it's in our diversity that our true power unfolds. So congratulations, class of 2024.